O-Level Biology 5090. Paper 1, Variant 2, October, November 2024. Question number 21 to 40. And question number 21 is, vaccination helps to control the spread of transmissible diseases. The MMR vaccine is given to young children and provide immunity against a disease called measles. The graph shows the percentage of the population of a country vaccinated using the MMR vaccine and the number of cases of measles over time. So they have given two curves. According to these two curves, the data has been shown. The dark color shows the percentage vaccinated and the number of people who are without vaccination. So which statement matches the data? Each year, the percentage of the vaccinated using the MMR vaccine decreases and the number of measles cases increases. Percentage of the population vaccinated using the MMR vaccine decreases and the number of measles cases increasing. And here you can see the percentage of population vaccinated using the MMR vaccine. It was maximum and the number of the cases are not decreasing. The number of cases are not decreasing who are not taking the vaccination. So they are increasing instead of the vaccinated. Vaccination has been given to the people. If they are lesser in number, their cases are increasing if they are not taking the vaccination. So according to this, the first statement is not correct statement. And the second statement is, the percentage of the population vaccinated against MMR decreased from 91% to 1998, 80% in 2004, 91% in 1998. You can see in 1998 it is 91%. So the data shows this is 91%. And in 2004, this is 2004. This is 2004. This data shows this. So according to this graph, and 80, this is 80% in 2004. So let me, in 2004, with vaccination. I have done it without vaccination. So in 2000, this is 80%. And this is 80%. So this is the correct option. We have find out from the graph that this is the correct option. So B is the correct option. And why C is not correct? Let me see why C is not correct. Here you can see the number of measles cases decreased from 80 in 2003 to 76 in 2005. Number of measles cases decreased from 80 in 2003. In 2003, they are 80, right? And to 76 in 2005. And in 2005, they are not 73, they are 74. They are 74, not 73. So again, this is not correct. The fourth statement, the MMR vaccine does not give protection against measles because there is an increase in the vaccination rate from 2004 to 2008 and the number of measles cases increased from 2005 to 2008. So there is vaccination rate, increase in vaccination rate in 2004 and 2008. We can see 2004 and 2008. So you can see there is decrease in the vaccination rate. In 2004, again, they increase the vaccination rate. And then next, and the number of measles decreases, cases increase from 2005 to 2008. And you can see the cases are increased in those persons who are not taking the vaccination. So you can see, but whereas in uh, the people who has vaccinated, as comparison to this case, these cases, they are lesser in number. So according to this, again, this statement is not correct. Only the B statement is correct because it matches with the given data. Only it matches with the data. So this is the correct statement B. Next question is 22, and the diagram shows the excretory system. Here you can see they have given us the excretory system and they have labeled 1, 2, 3, 4. So we will write in front of them. So these are the, you can see the main part of the excretory system, which is kidney. And second is the ureter, which takes the urine out of the kidney. Kidney performs the ultrafiltration and selective reabsorption. So after ultrafiltration and selective reabsorption, urine formation takes place, which is excreted out of the kidney and moved towards the urinary bladder. So this is ureter. It takes the urine from the kidney towards the 3 is urinary bladder, in which the urine is stored for some time. And number 4 is urethra, through which the urine is excreted out of the body. So at 1 is kidney, at 2 is ureter, at 3 is bladder, and at 4 is urethra. So according to this, C is the correct statement. Now we are moving towards the next question. And here you can see the next question is, as a result of an accident in a factory, a small piece of metal entered the spinal cord of an engineer and severed the tissue at X. So the diagram shows a section through the spinal cord in the neck at the point of the injury. A nervous pathway is also shown, and which outcome from the accident is possible. Here you can see they have shown the nervous pathway in which sensory neuron, relay neuron, and motor neuron has been shown over here. So the which outcome from the accident is possible. So the direction is in this way. So this is the direction. So it means this is the sensory neuron, this is relay, and this is the motor. So loss of all sensation in the head above the spinal cord injury. You can see the injury will take place over here, which is very close to the sensory neuron. So the loss of all sensation will not occur because injury is very close, but injury is not on the sensory neuron. So this is not the correct option. The loss of some sensation on the left side of the body. Yes, it can take place. It can happen because the injury is very close to the sensory neuron. So some sensations on the left side of the body will be lost, can be lost. So this is the correct. Loss of all sensation on the right of the body. There is nothing on the right side of the body. It is the injuries on the left side, so it will not occur. Some paralysis on the right side again will not occur because the injury is on left side. So if the correct option is B, loss will be of some sensations, not all sensations will be lost. Next question. The diagram shows a section through the eye. You can see the different parts of the eye. Which two structures focus light rays onto the retina? Retina, the screen. P is bulging part of the eye, which is cornea. Q is the iris, and R lens. So here you can see the cornea helps in the entrance of the light rays and to focus on the retina. So these light rays pass through the iris. So iris controls the entry of light, controls the light rays. Cornea will help to enter the light, and again lens will help to focus the light rays because it is meant for accommodation. So cornea and lens, they will help to focus the light rays onto the retina. So P and R is the correct option, which is B. Next question. Next question is, the diagram shows some of the endocrine glands of a human female. Pituitary. At one, there is pituitary gland, which is present in the brain. It helps in the formation of follicle stimulating hormones, FSL. And at 2, you can see kidneys. At the anterior side of the kidney, adrenal glands. Adrenal glands are present, which secretes the adrenaline. And at 3, you can see the pancreas, which secretes the insulin. And at 4 is ovary, which secretes the estrogen. So according to this, we have to, at number 1 is follicle stimulating hormone, number 2 is adrenaline, and 3 is insulin, and number 4 is estrogen. So according to this, B is the correct option. So here you can see B is the correct option. Next question is question number 26. And question number 26 is, when the body temperature is too high, which process causes the body temperature to return to the normal? So contraction of the hair erector muscles. Here you can see, students, that contraction of hair erector muscles, they causes the goosebumps, and it is a response to cold, not heat. So goosebumps, they are caused due to cold, not heat. So this is not the correct statement. And the next statement is contraction of skeletal muscles causing shivering. Shivering is also a response to cold. So we are talking about temperature is too high. So third is secretion of sweat onto the surface of the skin. Yes, this is the correct option. When there is heat, when you can see. So sweating act as a cooling agent. So when the body temperature is too high, the body activates its cooling mechanisms. Sweat glands produces sweat, which is mostly water. As the sweat evaporated from the skin surface, it takes heat with it, thus cooling the body down. So this is the correct option. Vasoconstriction of arterioles supplying skin surface capillaries. Again, vasoconstriction, during vasoconstrictions, the skin surface capillaries constrict, they narrow down. So reducing the blood flow to the skin surface. This helps conserve heat, not to evaporate, to reduce the heat. Again, this is not the correct option. Only C is the correct option. Next question, number 27. Some seedlings were grown in a dark, warm, humid environment. The tips of the growing shoots were cut off and then replaced on one side of the shoot as shown. You can see the shoots were then left to grow. Which pattern of growth was then seen in the shoots? Here you can see that the answer D is the correct option. The shoots grew from a curve to the right in this way. In this way, their movement will be in this direction. So why A is not correct? Let me talk. The shoot stopped growing. Why? Because oxygen is present, so growth will occur. So this is not the oxygens are there, growth will occur. It will not stop growing. So not this is the not the correct option. The shoots grew straight up. They will not. You can say grow straight up because if the oxygens were evenly distributed, uh, you can see when it tip is cut, so it is not the correct option. It is kept on one side. So the oxygens are not evenly distributed. So they will not go straight. The shoots grew with the curve to the left. The lid is present on the left side. So it will not move on left side. It will go on right side in this way, as you can see. So D is the correct option. Next question is, which statements about meiosis are correct? Meiosis produces genetically identical nuclei. No, meiosis is the type of cell division which takes place in gametes. It takes place in gametes. It is also called as reductional division. Reductional division, which reduces the chromosome number, diploid to haploid. So meiosis produces genetically identical nuclei. It takes place in the sex cells. It helps to produce the variations. So it will not produce genetically identical. So meiosis produces haploid. Yes, it reduces the chromosome number. So it is called as reductional division. So according to this, B is the correct answer. A is not correct because meiosis produces haploid nuclei. They have crossed it. They produce. So this is not correct option. At C, you can see meiosis produces genetically identical nuclei. No. D, no. So B is the correct option. What is the features of asexual reproduction in plants? It only needs one type of gametes, not gametes. It is asexual reproduction. And asexual reproduction can take place from any, it is a vegetative type of reproduction, which can take from any part of the plant. So there is no need of gametes. It requires two parents. It is not sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, both parents are required. It uses cell division by meiosis. Meiosis takes place only in the sex cells. So this is not a sexual division. This is asexual division and it takes place by mitosis. So D is the correct option. Now we are moving towards the question number 30, and a detailed question is there. 30. The seeds of the some plants will normally germinate until they have been in the soil for several months. Some seeds were collected from a plant of this type. Some students wanted to find out whether a chemical might to be noted prevents germination. The seeds were divided into three groups. Each group of seeds were put into a shallow dish and covered with water. Shallow dish, you can see. The lid that was used was loose fitting so that oxygen could reach the seeds. Oxygen has been provided. So group 1 were whole seeds. Whole seed covered with testa. What seeds with which the testas has been removed? They were without testa. And the third group with the testa has been removed, but the testa was placed separately in the same dish. So you can see the testa is also there. We will move further, and you can see over there only the seeds in group 2. In group 2, in which there was a no tester, without tester. What would be the most logical extension? Most logical extension. They are talking about extension, not reason. So what most logical extension, what can be the extension for this? So first of all, we will go with the first option. Change the water of the seeds in group 3 every day to see if they germinate. This is the most logical extension. How? If the inhibiting chemical in water soluble, um, changing the water would remove it, potentially allowing the seeds in group 3 to germinate. This would further support this hypothesis. Already, if we are changing the water, it means we are removing that chemical which can inhibit the germination of the seeds. So according to this statement is correct. And next, change the apparatus so that oxygen cannot reach the seeds. Again, this is not the correct option. Change the apparatus so that oxygen cannot reach the seeds. This change a fundamental variable oxygen, which is not the scenario. You can say the oxygen is required for growth. The experiment will change in this case. So repeat the experiment several different temperatures. Again, this is another investigation. We are talking about something else. Repeat the using different species of speeds. So this change the again it will change the subject of the investigation. So these are not the correct option. Only A is the correct option. Question number 31. The diagram shows the changes in thickness of the uterus lining during one menstrual cycle. You can see the menstrual cycle has been shown from 0, 7, 14, 21, 28 days. What would the levels of progesterone and luteinizing hormone be highest? Luteinizing hormone helps in ovulation. Progesterone help in the maintenance of the uterine lining with blood vessels. So it is maximum between 14 and then after 14, you can say luteinizing hormone will help to secrete the egg on 14th day, and then the uterine lining thickness is increasing after this after the ovulation. So we can say between days 12 and 14, between days 12 this is and 14, progesterone is highest. No, high. It is highest between 21 to 28 days. Luteinizing hormone is highest at 14. So this is not the correct option. Option B is between 19 and 23. Yes, between 19 and 23 it is highest. And on 14-day luteinizing, yes, this is the correct option. On day 5 will be here. No, everything is lowest at this stage. So on day 13, on day 10, luteinizing hormone is highest at 14, and due to which the progesterone level is increasing as ovulation has taken place. So the progesterone level is increasing. So B is the correct option. C, D, and A are not the correct options. Question number 32. So we are moving with question number 32. In the umbilical cord, the blood flowing from the fetus to the placenta in the umbilical cord. So here you can see a high concentration of carbon dioxide than the blood in the umbilical vein. Umbilical vein and umbilical artery. Artery, where you carry the deoxygenated blood, and umbilical vein will carry the oxygenated blood. So higher concentration of carbon dioxide than the blood in the umbilical vein. Umbilical will carry. So this is the correct option. A higher concentration of oxygen than the blood in the umbilical vein will not. A higher oxygen than the blood in the umbilical vein. Umbilical vein will have higher blood contents oxygen as comparison to umbilical artery, which will carry the deoxygenated blood because it is taking the blood from the fetus to the placenta. So it is taking the waste from the fetus to the placenta because the waste products are excreted out by the mother, and oxygen is taken by the mother to the fetus. So a lower concentration of urea than the blood in the umbilical vein. Lower concentration of urea. No, lower concentration. There will be a higher concentration of urea in the umbilical artery. So again, this is not the correct option. The same concentration of glucose as the blood in the umbilical. So again, uh, we can say the same concentration of glucose as the blood in the umbilical vein will not be the correct option. So glucose is a nutrient supplied by the mother. So umbilical vein would have a high concentration of glucose as it carries nutrients to the fetus. Okay, this is not the correct option. Only A is the correct option because the umbilical artery carries the deoxygenated blood as comparison to umbilical vein which carries the oxygen. And next question is DNA is divided into sections called chromosomes. Chromosomes have DNA inside. So they contain DNA inside. So they are not divided into sections. They are not the sections of and genes. Yes, DNA, small segments of DNA or small sections of DNA are called genes. So this is the correct option. And nuclei. Nuclei contain both DNA and chromosomes. Inside the cell, nucleus is there. So proteins, DNA are not proteins. DNA are not proteins, but DNA helps in the protein synthesis by, you can say, the DNA is copied and then the formation of proteins takes place. Next question is there, and next question is: a man and his wife has 3 children. A man and a wife has 3 children. Here you can see this question. The First one has blood group A. First one has blood group A. So we are moving with this. We are right. Given is one has blood group A and the other has blood group O. The children's father has blood group B. So according to this, we will see that the wife three there are three children with one blood group A, one with blood A, and second with blood group O. So the father has blood group. Father has blood group B. So it means if one of the child has blood group A, it means the mother could have the blood group B. Sorry, A. Otherwise, there is no possibility of producing the blood group A. So mother can have the blood group A. So the genotype of the father can be B and mother has genotype. So according to Puneet's care, we can have the four children in this way. Father has blood group, mother has blood group A. So according to this, there can be the possibility of four children. And these four children will have the four different blood groups. Everyone has the probability of having this 1 by 4. As for example, blood group possibility, one possibility is 1 by 4, you can see, and second blood group A, 1 by 4, and blood group B, again 1 by 4 possibility, and blood group O, 1 by 4 possibility. It means all they can have the possibility which is equal to, and 1 by 4 means 0.25. 0.25. Now the next is what is the probability that the third child is a boy. Now we have to find out the probability that the third child is a boy and the boy should have a blood group B. So there is possibility to have 0.25 possibility to get the blood group B. But there should be a child. We have to find out that. Now we will write over here probability Y with blood group B. Y with blood group B is equal to probability of blood group B I hope you are understanding this. So we have to find out two possibilities. One, the boy should have the possibility with blood group B, and the second possibility, the child should be a boy. So we have probability which is blood group B, it is 0.25, and 0.5 is the probability having a boy or girl. You know that x-axis, xy. So there is, according to sex determination, if there is XX and XY, the percentage is 50%. there can be a baby girl or baby boy. So this is 0.5. So we will multiply both these probabilities with one another. According to this, it will be equal to 0.125. So A is the answer. 0.125 is the answer. Okay. So all other possibilities are not correct. Only A is the correct option, which is 0.125. I have calculated this. If you find difficulty, you can message me. I will do it again for you uh, in a message. If you find difficulty, you can message. I have tried my best to explain. Next question number 35 is there. And question number 35 is, which outcomes might farmers want to achieve by using artificial selection? Yes, artificial selection. What is artificial selection? That is, you want to choose the organisms of your own kind. For this purpose, to you make best selection of the organisms, whether they are plants or animals. Then, according to them, you select the organism of your choice, and then you want to get it by many process. So, after artificial selection, by using artificial selection, uh, there is some possibilities increased or decreased. What will increase, what will decrease according to this question? A. Fertilizers. Fertilizers use will increase and the pesticide use will decrease. If you are increasing the fertilizer use in artificial selections, you will making less use of fertilizers and pesticides. So this is not the correct option, because you will use the in pesticide resistant plants, you are going to choose the pesticide resistant plants. So this is not the correct option. You want to get the growth rate increase. If growth rate is increasing, then the yield will also increase. It will not decrease. Again, this is not a correct option. Pesticide, you are not making use of pesticide. By using pesticide, you want to increase the growth rate by the use of pesticide resistant plants. So again, this is not the correct option. If you are increasing yield, and then you must decrease the fertilizers use. So D is the correct option. So all other options are not correct. Only D is the correct option. And you can see the first statement is, why it is necessary for the fermenter to have a cooling unit. Cooling unit. The first, fungi produce protein faster at low temperature. This is generally incorrect. Fungi, like most organisms, have an optimal temperature range for growth and protein production. So temperatures are too low, which slow down their metabolism, and high, there will be denaturation. So this is not the correct option. The air bubbles generate heat as they float outwards. So the air bubbles are used for aeration in the fermenter, but they do not generate heat. The glucose syrup is too warm when it is added to the fermenter. You know, while the temperature of the glucose syrup is important, it is not the primary reason for needing a cooling system. So the heat generated by the respiring fungi is the main concern, not this glucose. So the fungus releases heat as it respires. Yes, this is the correct option, because uh, in the fermenters, you can see the fungi are grown in large scale process to produce single cell protein. As they grow and multiply, they respire, they release heat. Heat is produced as a result of respiration. So D is the correct option. All other options are not correct. question number 37. And 37 is the diagram shows the pyramid of energy for the following food chains. Here you can see the food chain. Grass producers and consumers are uh, grasshoppers, and the grasshoppers are eaten by bluebird. So here you can see these groups of organisms. So the one decimal place, what percentage of energy is transferred from the producer to the herbivore? Yes, you students, energy, only the source in an ecosystem is the sun. The energy which is transferred from the sun to the producers, 90% is lost. Only 10% is transferred to the producers, and from producers to herbivores. Again, the energy is lost. 90% of that energy is lost and only 10% is transferred. So here you can see the grass is using 110. So we have to divide with this formula. We can make use of this formula to calculate the energy. So it will be equal to energy in herbivores divided by energy producers multiplied by 100. So it will be, we can calculate the percentage in this way. So according to this, I am making use of the calculator for you people. And you can see it is 24,000 into 100. So it will be equal to, when we divide it, it is equal to 0.218. We will multiply it by 100. Then it will be multiplied by 100. So it will be equal to 21.8. So according to this calculation, D is the correct option. C, B, and A are not the correct options. So only D is the correct option over here. So next question is, we are moving towards the next question. And next question is, which statements about the carbon cycles are correct? Burning wood and fossil fuels add carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. Yes, this is the correct statement. Decay and photosynthesis remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Decay increase, not remove. Photosynthesis will decrease. So this is not the correct option. Photosynthesis and respiration add carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. Both are using the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Photosynthesis will use carbon dioxide, and respiration, again, it will add up the carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So both of these two statements are not correct. Only one statement is correct. Now we are moving. Next question. And next question is, aphids are small insects that feed on plants by sucking fluids from plant cells. The aphids get their food from the plant stems. So the population of aphids feeding on a bean plant increases rapidly. The population of aphids feeding on a bean plant increases rapidly, which now shows a combination of factors that explains this rapid growth. If students, if competition increases, then what happens? First of all, competition takes place for food, for shelter, for habitat, you can say, for mate, for sunlight, if it is among the plants, etc. But here we are talking as plants. So if so, the organisms compete with one another to get all these things. So if competition is there, it means the food supply is low. If they are competing for food, food supply will be low. If they are not competing with one another, it means food supply is high. So if the aphids feeding on a bean plant increases rapidly, if population of the aphid is increasing, it means there is no competition or less competition and food quantity is high. So they are not competing with one another. So according to this, competition high, food supply high. No, they will not compete if the high food supply is there. Again, competition is high and food supply is low. Again, this is not a correct option. So competition is low and food supply is high. So this is the correct option. So they will compete to get there was less competition due to which the food supply was high. And so they were growing in number. So competition low, food supply low. Again, this is not correct option for increasing their population. There was less competition and food supply was high due to which their number is increased. And next is a lake has been polluted by sewage. How will the water in this lake compare with unpolluted water? Bacteria. Bacteria, when there is pollution, it means bacteria are there. Bacteria are there, it means they are polluting the water by using the oxygen. So it means there should be the less oxygen. So less oxygen is only in option B. Nitrates are there, it means the pollution is also there because nitrification takes place over there. Nitrates, they will grow in number. If nitrates are in greater number, in a larger number, so the plants which are growing in those water bodies, they will multiply, they will get more nutrients due to which their growth will increase. So there will be the less oxygen over there and there will be the bacteria production will become high due to the death of the organisms due to the less oxygen. So in this way, we'd like to say B is the correct option, which is fulfilling the all requirements for pollution. So A is not correct because bacteria are more, nitrates are more, then oxygen will not be in greater number. If bacteria are more, nitrates will be less. No, eutrophication is there, oxygen is more. Again, this is not. Bacteria are less in number, nitrates are more, and oxygen gain. These are not the correct. Only B is the correct option. So it was all about paper number 1, 2. Watch both videos and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.